What's up, guys? Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. Alright, so fortunately, there's a decent amount of gappers that I can actually trade on TradeNet this morning. There's RXII, which I know is tradable. BPTH, HMNY is a down gap, and PIR is a down gap. If you look at the SPY here, the SPY is gapping down as well. And so if I take a short play, I want to see the SPY start to fall as well, and kind of vice versa. If I take the long play, I kind of want to see the SPY go in the same direction, just because I don't ever really want to go against the market trend. Alright, so BPTH gapping up from 166 to 206, so a decent gap. Going to look to short it at the open possibly. Same thing with RXII, although it's a little bit less extended. Maybe look for it to push up test 3. If it gets rejected, short it there. PIR looking for a low of the day short under 274. Maybe a rebound play if it does push over this $3 level. HMNY kind of the same thing except under 250, since that previous support right there at 250 is very close to where it's at now. Let's see, I'm also watching ROKU. It's moving some in pre-market. RAS, a little bit cheaper of a stock, gapping up to 21.5 cents. NAP, same thing, small gap to 375 from 370. It's sitting right around that previous resistance it had yesterday, the high of the day yesterday. And so we'll see if it can hold over that. Then there's XTNT. Moving some, doesn't have the best volume. We'll see if the volume can pick up a little bit and at the open. And then VTVT, this one's been moving the last few days. I kind of wish I could short it just because it's up so much already in the past few days. It's up from about 80 cents all the way to its highs at 267, and it's sitting over 2 now. And so definitely wish I could short it, but unfortunately I don't think it's available to trade. So maybe a long play if it does continue to push up, break this 250 level here. What's up, GU? What's up, man? Welcome. What's up, T-Dot? What's up, NYC? What's up, man? D. Evan, good morning. Matt, good morning. Alright, so yeah, we are pleasantly surprised to see that most of these stocks on my watch list are tradable. Let's just go through and see which ones exactly are. Like I said, PIR I know is tradable on TradeNet. VTVT I think is not. Yeah, VT unfortunately is not. But what was it? BPTH and RXII. I know RXII is tradable. And HMNY. So all 4 of my main watches this morning are tradable. And then there is ROKU, which is tradable. RAS, not tradable, so that's 1. NAP, not tradable, so that's 2. XTNT, not tradable, that's 3. Okay, so about more than half of the stocks are tradable. About 4 that are on my watch list are not tradable on TradeNet, and so I'll just try to use Robinhood with those 2, or with those 4. So let's look up to see why some of these specific stocks are moving this morning. First, let's start off with PIR. Let's try to see why it is moving like it is. Gapping down. Let's look at PIR. A lot of news release out for this one. Alright, so Pier 1 announces 3-year strategic plan at its analyst day. Pier 1 Imports will host an analyst day today to provide a detailed view of its Pier 1 2021 and New Day 3-year strategic plan and discuss the company's financial outlook. Pier 1 President and CEO Alistair James and other members of the executive leadership team will share insights from their analysis of the Pier 1 import brand and enterprise, as well as operating strategies and growth plans under Pier 1 2021, A New Day. And so there must have been something in that press release that traders didn't really like. Let's see if there's anything else that comes up. Okay, yeah, so there's a Q1 loss between 30 million and 33 million, down 7 to 8%. So that's why it's gapping down some. All right, so let's look at RXII here. It's another one on my watch list. It had good news yesterday. All right, so it says RXI Pharmaceutical shares up 9.9% in after hours as 13G from Intracoastal Capital shows new to 9.2% stake. All right, so they found out that Intracoastal Capital shows has a 9.2% stake in the company, and so that's enough to make it move some. HM&Y is the next one. Now, this one has been moving the last few days. But this one does have a lot of press releases out today. Let's see what's going on with it. All right, so it's a public offering pricing. Helios and Matheson Analytics announces pricing of 30 million public offering. It says Helios and Matheson Analytics, HM&Y, a provider of information technology services and solutions, and the 92% owner of MoviePass Inc., the nation's premier MoviePass theater subscription service, today announced the pricing of a best efforts underwritten public offering of an aggregate of 10,500,000 Series A2 units, with each A2 unit consisting of 1 share of the company's common stock, par value of 1 cent per share, the common stock, and 1 Series A2 warrant to purchase 1 share of common stock, and 500,000 Series B2 units. So it's a public offering essentially, and the offering is set at, what was it? Gotta look to see where exactly it was. $275 per unit, so it's down to $250. So that's ultimately why it dropped. It was $275 per unit for the offering, and so thus you can see it drops down to $250. Maybe bounce back up to $275, but we'll see. All right, the next one, probably the biggest watch on my list today, is BPTH. All right, so it's just a first quarter of 2018 shareholders. The following table shows the largest shareholders in Biopath Holdings Inc. for the quarter ended March 31st, 2018, listed by holding size. The list represents up to 50 of the largest holders in the company. And so it shows the largest holders in the company. The main one is the University of Texas Investment, the Vanguard Group, Savvy Capital, Anson Funds Management, Hudson Bay Capital Management. And so these are pretty well-known funds and firms. And so I think that's giving people confidence. Let's see if I can find anything else. Okay, so yeah, it had positive data for its drug that it presented at the conference at a conference is all it says. It says Biopath Holdings soared 40% after the company said data from the preclinical studies supporting the potential of the drug in treating solid tumors and gynecologic malignancies were presented at the conference. And so good data reported for BPTH. Man, that was hard to say. Good data reported. And so we'll see what happens at the open with it. I'm still a little short biased with it just because it's up so much already, but we'll see what happens with it. All right, so next I'm looking at ROKU here. ROKU, you can see it's gapping up some from 31.72. It's at 32.54 now, so almost $1, about 75 cents, just about. Let's look up to see why it's moving. It usually moves a decent amount, so it might not have any catalysts. Okay, so it says Roku stock rises after Needham doubts impact of Amazon Best Buy deal. And so apparently there's a deal with Amazon and Best Buy that may have hurt Roku, and thus this is what caused this big drop. But then somebody said that the deal shouldn't impact them as much as everybody's saying, and so in turn it's gapping up a small amount. So we'll see what happens with it. Next one I'm watching is RAS, cheap penny stock at 21.5 cents now. Not really any news to speak of in the last day or two. Same thing with NAP. Watching NAP as well. Not really much news to say. Next one I'm watching is XTNT. It is gapping up a decent amount. It should have something. Yeah, so Xtent Medical Holdings Inc. showing the first quarter shareholders. But it's also showing, let's see, you can look at XTNT here. Gapping up some. It says Xtent Medical shares up 13.5% in after hours following announcement of 3-year partnership with HIP to expand into Latin American markets. And so, decent news, maybe a little bit of a puff piece, but they had a good deal, so we'll see what happens with XTNT as well. And so yeah, that's basically my watch list this morning. Let me know if you guys see anything else that's moving. Good morning, Tiny, Santy. What's up, guys? Give me 1 second. Alright, so decent amount that I can actually trade this morning, so I'm always happy to see that. We'll see what moves, what else moves today. For my main watches for longs, I'm kind of watching VTVT. That's one of my main ones that I'm kind of keeping an eye on. If you look at VTVT here, it's had a really strong day in the last, a really strong day for 2 days in a row. I had a strong day on Tuesday, and then yesterday I had a really strong day. It pulled back some, but it's holding over too, so maybe look for it to push up back up. We'll see. I'll give it a little bit of time here. Maybe NAP for a long setup. We'll see, though. I'll give it some time as well. All right. All right, what's up, Dog? What's up, T-Dot? 7. Outsiders, Tiny, Santy. L-Tune. Valley. Sean, what's up, guys? Alright, so RIG is what some people are saying. Yeah, maybe a good short down to 12, maybe. Fill some of this gap back up. Somebody else is saying DCIX. I know this is a shipping stock. Not really moving like I want it to. TOPS, gapping up small amount. Like I said, though, not really moving. enough for me to want to trade it right now, at least. VEON. Yeah, higher float stock, apparently. Looks like a high float stock. Sitting at 257 now, gapping up from 253. So had a really nice move, but its range is pretty small just because you can see it's a higher float stock. And so it's kind of tough to have a big gain in it unless you use larger sizing. BTX. So I'd actually prefer to see BPTH hold where it's at now and then maybe short it at the open down. So I want to see it hold over 2 right now, hold over this previous support. And so we'll see what happens with it. BTX starting to fall some. And you can see the SPY is falling down a little bit today. So we'll see what stocks kind of follow it. ACET. Yeah, huge gap down. Just because this is such a big gap down, I'm kind of watching this one for a potential reversal maybe. See if it reverses, start heading back up. WTI. You bought a share of RIGL. Yeah, it's moving some and after hours in pre-market. Gapping down, but it's moving some regardless. Seems to have a lot of support right here at 367, so that's kind of the big level I'm watching, maybe under 350 as well with RIGO. With this drop in RXII away from its highs at 305, I don't know if it'll really go anywhere. Maybe kind of a slow, choppy day for RXII just because the volume kind of was overall low for the most part in after hours and pre-market. It was gapping up, but now that it's down to 280, you know, it closed at 273, so 7 cents away from where it closed, and it probably, you know, I doubt it'll break under that, so maybe it'll just sit there for the rest of the day. We'll see. Hopefully it moves some. MBII, good morning, Power Zone. What's up, man? Yeah, MBII had that nice spike right before the close. Kind of what I look for in swing trades. I mean, this one's not really working out, but had that nice spike right before the close. We'll see if it picks back up, breaks this 286 level, maybe that 289 level for MBII. Yeah, it's not tradable for me either on TradeNet. I have to use it on Robinhood if I do get into it. I'm watching VTVT, although it is gapping down some. We'll see if it can pick back up, have another push. SDRL, Seadrill. Yeah, it's moving some. I do think this one's tradable as well for me. Let me see. Yeah, so this one's tradable. Very rare I get a 30-cent stock that's tradable. I should have watched this one more yesterday. I kind of missed it. Eventually it had this crazy push back up. But since it's up so much, maybe a good short. But I'm definitely going to watch Seadrill as well. Appreciate you bringing that to my attention. I wasn't even thinking about this one. Float on WHGRF, 8.5 billion. Yeah, it's a big float. That's rough, NYC. You'll bounce back, man. DXR. Oh, I do like DXR. Appreciate it. Kind of missed this one. Just now saw it. And it's tradable. So yeah, I'm definitely going to watch DXR as well. Gapping up from 778 all the way to 10 now. So big move. GUSH. Yeah, GUSH had a nice move. DXR continues to push. But GUSH had a nice move. It pulled back some right before the close. Now it's gapping up some. I should be able to trade GUSH, I think. No, unfortunately I can't trade GUSH. I don't know why. That's kind of weird. That's not letting me trade it. It's a $30 stock. ARGS. Big gap down for ARGS, down to 38 cents. Man, okay, that makes sense. But yeah, it's just down so much already. I mean, it's down from 109 all the way to 38. It may bounce a little bit, especially if it has 4 days left. So some people might try to get in on a bounce play with ARGS, so be careful with it. Alright, so today is Thursday, not a bad day. Remember, tomorrow is the all-day stream, so I'll be streaming all day tomorrow. ETFs? I believe so, Tony. Most ETFs I can trade. I can check really quick. So I can trade JNUG. I can trade JDST. Can't trade DRIP. I can trade UGAZ, so 75% of those I can trade. Yeah, we're definitely watching BPTH7. It's probably my biggest watch, gapping up a big amount. Yeah, I'm slowly starting to pay more attention to the SPY, which I probably should have been doing all along, just because it's tough. A lot of times the SPY will kind of dictate what these other stocks do, at least most of them. Some of them will go against the grain, but most of the time they follow the SPY to a certain extent. Let's see if I can find anything else. There is SIEN, gapping up some SIEN. Unfortunately, it's not tradable. ABB, gapping up some. Small gap, though. YNDX gapping some. DXR still pretty strong here. HMNY, it's an offering, so it's not really my favorite anymore. I mean, I'm going to watch RXII, but it's not my favorite anymore either. What's another one? PIR for Pier 1, maybe. See if it continues back down. But DXR, I'm kind of liking it for a short as well, just because they're up so much already. It's breaking the high of pre-market at DXR, trying to get over that 1050 level. So some decent movers today. PME. Alright, so let's look up why DXR is really moving. PME, I don't know. Not moving too much. Let's look up to see why DXR is moving like this. I'm a little more short biased with it, but let's see what the catalyst is. Alright, so it says a new study published in the Annals of Thoracic Surgery, Daxer BVA or DXR device reveals unexpected blood loss of 38% in cardiac surgical patients not detected by common test in use. All right, so basically, they've created a product that identifies blood loss, is essentially what it's saying in DXR. New research utilizing the BVA 100 blood volume analyzer that highlights significant, often unrecognized blood loss in cardiac surgery. And so that's good news. You know, real catalyst. We'll see what happens with it though. It's still a study put out by them. So good news for the most part. Seadrill had a crazy move yesterday, SDRL. So I know I looked it up yesterday. Let's just remind myself why Seadrill's moving like this. Okay, so good earnings for Seadrill is what it was. Man, you can see how close, you know, I drew this previous support and resistance line a while back. I don't remember, it must have been a few weeks ago. And you can see how close it's following it. I mean, I know it's the $0.50, but it bounces right off that previous support and resistance line I drew. And so it just goes to show you should probably leave your support and resistance lines up, even if you're done trading it on that specific day, just in case you need it for the future. VHC turnaround. Yeah, it's just not moving much at all. Very kind of low volume. It only moved yesterday during market hours. It only moved, well, I guess that's not too bad. $0.15-20 yesterday, about 20 cents total. I mean, it went down to $3.15. So maybe 25 cents, but for the most part, VHC hasn't been moving. High float stock. Yeah, I bet Giancarlo. If you're talking about DXR, finding out how much blood loss surgical patients take, you know, it can definitely save lives for sure. Still trying to figure out how to put lines up on Trade Zero. I mean, why not just use Thinkorswim? You know, you can still trade with Trade Zero. Just do what I do. You know, Thinkorswim is the best charting platform for me, at least. I'm sure some are better, maybe like TC2000 or whatever it is, but you have to pay for those. Thinkorswim's 100% free. There's also XTNT. Unfortunately, it's not tradable, but it's gapping up some. XTNT, if you look here. So yeah, I was looking at BPTH for a short. I'm actually a little bit more short biased with DXR now, so we'll see. Also watching Pier 1 under that low of the day. Gonna be careful though. I want to see a little bit of confirmation before I just blindly jump into it. Yesterday, I didn't wait. I just jumped in as soon as it broke the low, and it ended up hurting me, so Maybe wait for a little bit of confirmation before I jump in. Good morning, Ant. What's up, man? But yeah, DXR is probably one of the biggest movers. SIEN is gapping up. It's not tradable in TradeNet, unfortunately, even though it's over $10, but it's gapping up some as well. SIEN. Let's see why it's gapping up. Shares climbed over 13% in after-hours trading following the announcement of FDA approval for PMA supplement. Sientra shares jumped 13.57% to $12.55 in the after-hours trading session. So good news for CIEN. FDA approval for one of their supplements. So pretty good news. We'll see how it acts. I won't be able to trade it, but maybe you guys can find something to get into SIEN with. But yeah, keep an eye on VTVT here. ONTX running. Yeah, gapping up some from 60 cents, which is a pretty big gap up for the price of the stock being only 60 cents. Eventually, I mean, it went up to 73 in after hours and pre-market, so we'll see. I doubt I can trade it on TradeNet. Maybe on Robinhood I'll jump into it, but it has to make a move that I like. Yeah, not on TradeNet, unfortunately. So watching ROKU as well, gapping up some, small amount, but moving regardless. There's also NAP for a small gap, sitting right around that previous high of yesterday at 375. So sitting right there now. We'll see if it can get some volume, start to run a little bit. NAP. If you like cheap penny stocks, also watching RAS here. Moving a little bit, gapping up some, small amount. But it moved a lot yesterday, so we'll see what happens today with it. SPY is slowly starting to creep closer to that low in pre-market of 269.44. It's at 269.48 now, so it's getting pretty close. Gonna watch to see which stocks are specifically following the overall market trend and which stocks are going against the grain or against the grain. What's up, Ben? What's up, man? Good morning, man. EYEG. Yeah, EYEG gapping down some. BRFS. I do kind of like BRFS. I mean, it's gapping up a decent amount. And it's tradable. BPTH, I mean, it's up a decent amount. I mean, it's a significant gain. What is that? A 34-cent gain if it's at 2. Maybe a little bit less, 30-cent gain. I mean, it's an over 10% gap, so it's a big gap. Yeah, it's a 34% or a 34-cent gain right now. And so, I mean, it's a significant gap. I mean, just because usually when a stock's gapping up over 10%, I'm more short biased with it. But it's down enough. We'll see if it holds support at 2. Biggest short I'm looking for is a DXR. Yeah, I kind of agree with Sean there. Like, if you're in profits now, BPTH may wash at the open, but like I said, I'm not an investment professional, not liable for any losses you take. You got to make your own assessment of the market. Always got to say that for liability reasons. But yeah, if I was in the trade, I would try to get out as soon as I can, just because it's up so much already. At the same time, it's down enough from its highs that it could push back up and start to run. Maybe getting over that 225, 230 level, start to go on a little push. So there's no telling which way it'll head, but and over to depends on where your entry was, I guess. But if I was in it, I would probably jump out of it when I could, right at the open or in pre-market. PTN. Yeah, high float stock washing out some. You can tell it's a high float stock by looking at the level 2 and seeing when a stock has this white choppiness right here, it's usually high float. Symbol I. Yeah, it's a mobile stock. Gapping down some. Up a decent amount yesterday. We'll see. Let's look at the daily. Yeah, I kind of like it for a short as well. It's just up so much. Kind of what I look for with options trade, buying a put right here. I might do that. Let me look to see if they have options on Robinhood for I. See what a cheap put is going to be. Yeah, so they do have options available. Let's see if I buy a put. For an 892 break even. Yeah, not really any good. I'll keep looking at it for an option buy maybe. All right, guys, so market's opening up in about a minute. I mean, Ben, they're not too complicated. Options, like the way it works, like if you think the stock's going to go up, you buy a call, and if you think the stock's going to go down, you buy a put. And depending how close to that break-even strike price, is depending on, like, if it's closer to that strike price, it's going to be a more expensive option because the chances of it hitting that strike price and it being a profitable option is greater. So ultimately, the option is going to be more expensive. The farther away it is from the strike price, the profit price, basically, the more expensive the option is going to be. But even if you buy a cheap option that's far away, if the stock starts to move towards that direction, you could maybe sell the option before it reaches that price. All right, guys, so market's opening up in 20 seconds. Good luck, everyone. Hope everyone can make some money today. All right, got 5 seconds, guys. Good luck, all. There's the open. All right, so DXR running up here. It's at 1080. VT pushing. Market's pushing up some. DXR washing. VT pushing up some. Cedral falling. All right, watching DXR around this 960 level, and really about 950 is what I'm watching for it. SPY is pushing up, so a lot of stuff is kind of going against the grain here. All right, DXR starting to come back down. Watching Cedral here for a washout long setup. I would jump in Cedral. The commissions are just going to eat me up, though, with it, which makes me question whether I should jump into it or not. Maybe jump in Cedral on Robinhood. Yeah, I'm going to jump in Cedral here for that washout long setup. BPTH is kind of what I look for with the short. Alright, so I'm in DXR here with a small share size of 10 shares. It broke the low of the day again. It's time to jump out of this one. Definitely not doing what I want it to. Oh, how many shares did I buy? 300. Alright, so I'm out of that one. Just didn't move like I wanted to for a $5 or $6 loss. Had this nice washout long setup, ended up pulling back too much. SPY's washing out nicely though, so it's going in my direction. With that, most of the other markets following it. OPGN and EBIO. EBIO is running nicely after a small gap here. WKHS. Alright, for this one, I'll set a stop here at this 960 level. Really, 950 is probably the smart way to do it. See if it gets rejected there and continues. SPY's washing out again today, though it washed out pretty big yesterday as well. EBIO. Yeah, I forgot it's right here on my chart. Kind of watching PIR here again, see if it continues falling. See if we can get a crack under 9 for DXR. The spread is just absolutely crazy. There is a 17 cents, 18 cent spread right now on DXR. Just looking for the spread to clear up some. I think my thinkorswim is lagging a little bit. Oh no. There it goes. Thinkorswim lagging some. What did I eventually do? The stock I? Yeah, it came back down. Let's see if DXR can crack under 9. May add a little bit more to it if it does crack under 9. MRD in. Yeah, we'll see though. I don't like this big pullback here with it. You can see this big up wick means a lot of selling pressure. PIR, I'm looking for it to drop under this level now, 285. BPTH, I'm watching for a drop under the lows again here. Although I think it's a little bit too close to the close price now. PIR might be a good risk reward trade though, depending on if it continues to fall here. Risk at 290, reward at 277. Very small range in it so far though. KONE. XTND. XTNT is what I'm assuming you mean. Yeah. Watching NAP here. C-Drill. Trying. VTVT. TTS. Yeah, TTS is on a run. Looks like a high float stock, but maybe not. Starting to push up some. EBIA is pulling back. EBIO is pulling all the way back to where it closed. Yeah, it's tough, Tiny. You'll bounce back, man. Right now, I'm kind of looking at NAP here. It doesn't have the most volume, but it's kind of starting to push up here. Maybe a little bit of a washout long setup going on for it. SPY starting to come back down. So look for see if some of these other stocks continue to fall here. DXR is kind of going against the market. When the SPY pushes up, it goes down and vice versa. So I'll keep my mental stop here at 953. But yeah, NAP still pushing. Let's see if I can find anything else that's really moving. There we go. There's the drop I was looking for. Alright, so I added more shares to it. Now I'm holding 20 shares of DXR. Look at that pop back up all the way back to 9. Yeah, I'm working on kind of scaling in and out of my positions. What else is running? The spread is just crazy on DXR, which makes sense since it's such a big mover. Let's see if we can get another crack under that low. Ugh, gross jump. Back over 9. Just about break even. This is kind of the crucial level here, right around 9. Let's see if it holds over there. XLF had a pretty decent move. Looks like a little bit higher float stock though. The spread on this one is just crazy for DXR. OPGN still has a few people talking about it. There's a drop back under 9. SPY's starting to fall here. You can see the SPY's continuing to fall back under the low of the day here. GE running some. AGLE washing down after a low of the day break, watching it under 750 here. GE pushing up really nicely. Look at GE starting to push up pretty strong. Yeah, it's crazy how much this stuff follows the market. There's a drop I was kind of looking for with DXR. Down to the 70s for a split second, bounced back. Well, you can see my trade idea was overall correct with DXR. Didn't use big enough sizing. Was a little bit worried just because it was moving so much in those huge gains and pre-market, that the sizing I took was probably a little bit too small. BPTH starting to test this low of the day here, which may be interesting. The good news is that now I can set a very obvious stop right here at about 911 if it does bounce that high. Maybe a little bit higher, maybe 918 for a small loss. But it's interesting how close everything follows the SPY. You can see the SPY wash out today and everything else kind of follows suit. GE big pullback here. I think I'm getting a text from Atheon. Yeah, he's saying it bounced off the EMA. Let's bring up the EMA here. Yeah, it's a good area. It's been bouncing off of there all day. Alright, so BPTH finally breaking under the low here. Trying to, at least. I'd like to see the level 2 follow suit, at least on the ask. I'd like to see the ask under that. Yeah, it's back to 9. Yeah, there's the big push. I want to see the bid get over that 915 level, see if it turns into resistance. If it does, that's when I'm going to get out. Yeah, you can see the SPY's bouncing, and so in turn, uh, DXR is bouncing. OPGN still moving. Yeah, it's kind of sitting right around that high. It's kind of going sideways right now, consolidating some. So it's finally over the EMA though, which is going to make a lot of people think the trend changed on DXR. Shim, I mean, it all depends on the trader. For the most part, I think it probably is, but you got to make your own assessment of it. Not an investment professional, not liable for anything. For the most part, I think Robinhood's decent. Cheap commissions. The biggest problem with Robinhood is that sometimes the broker will go out. Like I've seen the broker go out on Robinhood, but I can't really complain about free. I have seen the broker go down for a few days or for a day or so, and it keeps people kind of stuck in trades, but that usually affects swing trades more than long-term trades. I think it all just depends on what the SPY does here. If the SPY starts to move up, I think DXR will follow suit and vice versa. Yeah, like I said, I would have rather BPTH to stay up here before the open. Since it opened up a little bit lower, it just doesn't have that much room. This is a big level for BPTH though, to see if it can hold here or not. And you can see the SPY has a little bit of a pullback after that push. So does BPTH, or so does DXR. So it follows the SPY for the most part. Yeah, I'm not that brave, Atheon. I mean, I'm brave enough to hold it through a push, but I'm not brave enough to add any more shares to it. Not after how kind of back and forth it's been. DRYS, SNBR. IMMU been on a run today. SINO, look at SINO, guys. Look at this move. SINO had a really big push here, up to 143 at its highs. And SINO is tradable on TradeNet. Look at this move though, up to 141. SINO, huge volume spike in the hundreds of thousands of shares. 135 is where it's at now. Look for maybe a little 1 minute pullback and then a continuation push, but it's up so much already just on that spike here. See, now while it says it's at 887, you can see the ask is still right under 9 at 898. And so I'm waiting for that ask to come down some, the ask price. Alright, so there goes SINO here. Testing that high of the day already at 143. If this thing breaks and runs here, it could easily get halted. So be careful with it, but SINO is a big runner right now. Probably the biggest mover I see right now in the market. PIR still falling. Where's the low of the day on PIR? Yeah, I said I kind of like this one for a short. I just didn't take it. I said I liked it for a short right here at 285. I just never took it. Has a very small range. So I think the bottom is at 275. But like I said, I'm not an investment professional, not liable. Don't really like giving investment advice on this channel. But if I was in it, I would kind of think of a 275 bottom at the low of the day. See if it bounces off of there maybe. Appreciate the sub, Ben Alderon. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I don't have my speaker on today. I forgot to plug it in, so I can't hear if somebody subs. Which app, Bruno? Really, the play for me to get into today was BPTH. Kind of a picture-perfect example of what I look for. It hasn't dropped too much down under it, but shorting it right here at 187 is kind of what I look for. Alright, so DXR back up. Checking 919 for a break at 919. See what it does there. I'll give it a little bit of time. May have found its bottom though. It continues to bottom out right around there. Plus it's starting to cross over the EMA. Seems like it really wants to get over 9 and hold. We'll see. It's down so much from where it closed or where it opened today that it may not drop anymore. It gave up about half of that gap. But I'll stick to my trade plan and stop out right here at 917. That's Thinkorswim, Bruno. It's TD Ameritrade's platform, Thinkorswim. ACER reversal. Yeah, one thing I'm noticing about DXR is that it's going the opposite end of the market. ACER is just not moving. Yeah, it's just not moving much. But yeah, one thing I'm noticing about DXR is it goes the opposite of what the market does. If the market drops, it pushes up. And if the market falls, it pushes, or if the market goes down, it pushes up, and if the market goes up, it pushes down. HMNY. I'm surprised it got this low. They set a target price of, I think, 275 with HMNY. It was a public offering. And so I'm surprised it actually went this low. I thought it would kind of sit right around the target price of 275. So I'm surprised it's actually moving this much. Yeah, and so to draw a line with one click, you go down here right next to the two magnifying glasses to zoom in and out, and you click the money sign with the line under it. And with that, you can draw a line by 2 clicks. Oh, ACET. Yeah, we'll see if it rebounds here. Interesting over this 289 level, 290 level. Yeah, Bruno, message me on Facebook, man, and I'll send you my WhatsApp number. You can text me on it. It's just facebook.com/beginner trades. Here, I'll add it. Getting really close to my mental stop with DXR. Here, message me on Facebook there. But yeah, it's very strange. It's like I said, one thing I'm noticing, DXR is going the opposite of what the SPY's doing. So like the SPY pushes down, DXR pushes up, and if the SPY pushes up, DXR goes down. And so you can see the SPY's going down, DXR interns pushing up. It's at 930 now, so this is my zone to stop out at. I guess I'll let it go to 950, but just in case it reverses back, but not super confident in it. ASPU, ONTX. Yeah, ASPU starting to come up, just low volume, not really any volume to speak of. ONTX isn't moving as well, so I like to see more volume than that, really. Alright, so I'm looking to see if DXR is going to start following the EMA up now. It was riding the EMA all the way down to where it went, and now it's starting to kind of follow it up. If it does, that's my cue to jump out of it. Like to see it break under there. HMNY. CEI. Yeah, CEI doesn't look too bad. Maybe time to jump out of DXR here. I gave it a chance. FUSZ. Yeah, kind of like these little flags it's doing. Not the biggest range, but I do kind of like these flags. SPY starting to test the low of the day again. LODE7. Yeah, LODE trying to break the high of the day now. Drop back down to 9. We'll see if it holds under the EMA this time. Are you trolling us, 7? Alright, so there's a nice drop on DXR. We'll see if it continues here. Obviously, that's kind of what I want. Give it another chance to break that low of the day here. Here we go, down to 880. Back down to the low of the day. There we go. There we go. That's kind of what I was looking for. The spread is just crazy on this thing, though. It went down to 866 at one point, but the spread caught back up with it. People asking for free money. You're just joining with them, huh, 7? Yeah, well, now the good news is that I can comfortably set a stop loss at $9, around $9 for break even. Going DXR. Broke the low, kind of faked people out afterwards, though. What's up, Sonic? What's up, Nick Troll? Nice, Atheon. Hey, I might do that, man. SPY's pushing back up again. BLCM. Yeah, it's been pushing up nicely today. No volume, though, to go along with it. That's the only problem. Yeah, remember what I told you the other day, Atheon, about how sometimes the SPY will just get in this mood where it'll just bounce back and forth between the high and the low of the day. That's kind of what it's doing now. A lot of profit to be had with those bounces back and forth like the SPY's doing. Just bounces back and forth from high to low to high to low. We'll see what it does here, but a lot of the times the SPY will get in this mood where it does this choppy. MYO. Yeah, MYO's up. Getting a little bit of a volume spike there. But yeah, you can see why I'm more short biased with these overextended stocks like VPTH, DXR. Look at VTVT here, guys. VTVT. Look at this pushback up here on VTVT. It's trying. High of the day is at 225. It's at 220 now. So VTVT making a strong push. Oh yeah, I'm right there with you, Mitch. Yeah, true. Unless you try to take advantage of kind of the channel that forms on the SPY, you know, buying at the low of the day, selling at the next previous resistance. All right, so there goes VTVT here, guys. Wow, look at this push up to 240 now. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close the stream down now. I'll let you guys know what happens with DXR. I'm just going to patiently hold it, see what happens. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it if you do. If you're new here, I day trade live on stream every weekday morning starting at 8:45 a.m. and trade usually until about 10:20 market time, 10:15, 10:20. And so hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Also, guys, just a reminder, tomorrow is our all-day live stream. I'll be streaming tomorrow from 8:45 a.m. all the way to 4 p.m. I'm not going to be on here all day. I'm definitely going to take some breaks, but I will be streaming for the majority of the market day tomorrow. And so make sure you join us for tomorrow. If you haven't already and you want to do me a favor, click the like button right now on this video. It does help support us, and we appreciate any support we can get, guys. So if you want to do me a favor and appreciate this content, click the like button right now on this video. And yeah, guys, good luck for the rest of the day. I'll see you all later. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully. Thanks for the sub, Raul. And have a good one, guys. I'll let you guys know how this trade turns out. Just patiently waiting, see if it will continue to drop. There we go. There's another big drop. Let's see if we can get another low of the day break here before the stream ends. There we go. Go to 668. Nice. Look at the spread, though. The spread is what's killing me with it. Look at the spread just bounce back and forth. This is the aggravating part. I was up for a second. The spread is what's killing me with it, guys. The spread needs to go ahead and even out a little bit. All right, I'll let you guys know what happens with this one. I'm going to patiently wait it and hold it. Good luck, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow.